Happy New Year, Eid Nowruz to Mrs. Mariam Rajabi and all dear friends, especially Dr. Alekhovido. After congratulations of New Year as a senior doctor in Camp Ashraf, I would like to inform you the latest critical medical services in the camp. Since the beginning of 2009, when the protection of Camp Ashraf was transferred from the Americans to Iraqi, the Committee of Iraqi Prime Ministerial Office prevented all Iraqi specialist doctors who were coming privately by our expenses to Ashraf for the visit and treatment of patients, some of them with more than 4 years history of cooperation, who were updated about the medical file of their patients. Consequently, the committee blocked entrance of medicine which we were purchasing without payments, even detained the driver who bought the drug for hours. And right now, no medicine is entered to Ashraf. Instead of that, they have set up a place under the name of Iraq Hospital, with some personnel who have left behind the Hippocratic oath, and officially they use the treatment as a means for persecution and humiliation of the patients. This place is only set up for medical torture of Ashraf residents. The Committee for Suppression of Ashraf Residents put pressure by this inhuman behavior that the residents surrender themselves. Some time ago, a delegation from the Iraqi Ministry of Health, including 4 doctors, came to Ashraf. The Committee for Suppression of Ashraf prevented them to meet with the patients and the residents. And finally, they gave a report to the Ministry of Health full of lies. Omar Khaled, in his annual report, has shown the hospital with very excellent services that all are against the reality, and we have strongly objected. As a doctor with 30 years medical experience, never faced such immoral crime. It witnessed the violation of patients from treatment and medicine. The reality is that no patient in Ashraf accepts to go to the New Iraq Torture Center and be humiliated and prosecuted. What the Ashraf residents want and frequently said is that to give back the place with all the facilities and equipment which are the belongings of Ashraf residents. And like before 2009, that the Americans were protecting Ashraf to have free access to medical service. I personally request from dear and distinguished friends like Dr. Alekhovido, also Mr. Mukherjee, and other friends to help us to reach to this end. I hope the oppressed seat of Ashraf is lifted as soon as possible, and the doctors of Ashraf are open and see you in Ashraf. I thank you.
Hello to my dearest Mariem and to all our good friends in Oversurval. I wish you a Happy New Year on behalf of the residents of Ashraf, and hope that this will be a prosperous year for all. I came to Ashraf from Iran 2.5 years ago to free my country. I would like to take the opportunity tonight to briefly let you know about the condition of my father, Mohsen Degmechi, one of the thousands of PMOI supporters imprisoned in Iran. He has imprisoned a year and a half ago and sentenced to 10 years prison just because I'm in Ashraf. Unfortunately, 3 months ago, we found out that he had cancer. There is no need to explain that the Iranian regime had refused to take him to the hospital for a checkup for 4 months, despite his excruciating pain. They delayed his treatment so long that the cancer progressed. Now the doctors have no hope for him and say he won't survive more than 3 months. Although he can't stand on his feet anymore, and the cancer has depleted his abilities, Iranian rulers deny him treatment and are making him suffer to death in prison because of our wrath at the PMOI. I ask you to do everything in your power for him and the other Iranian prisoners. Yes, they make my father suffer to death in prison. They executed Ali Saremi and Jafar Kazemi for the crime of being our relatives. But at the same time, they name a bunch of paid torturers behind Ashraf Gate's family. The Iraqi government supports them in torturing us under the same pretext, as 214 loudspeakers blare profanity into Ashraf. Just like my father, there are many in Iranian dungeons whose only crime is coming to Ashraf or having family here. I was one of the 94 women injured on January 7 by the elements of the Iranian regime, along with Elham Zanjani, as well as a large number of the men here. I hereby ask you to endeavor for the overthrow of the Iranian regime and the protection of Ashraf. I would like to thank you for inspiring us as always with your presence, and hope that your efforts along with our perseverance meet success. Thank you.